section that's coming up would appear to be our first error, but it's not. This is our CTI integration. We just haven't hidden this from the user yet, so it will link into your phone systems if you have that today. And this is the initial call receiving screen. It was designed in a way to be as simple as possible. The first concept we introduced is what we call an Omni search bar. A lot of times when someone's going to go in and they're going to search for a member, search for information, there's a lot of different fields, so they tab between or click on various fields and enter information. With this Omni search bar, what we'll be able to do is just type in the information. You can enter the name, the membership number, their email address, their phone number, put the information in, it'll go out, it'll search, and so it's just type and search. So.
Well, until now, not only that, we have some good ideas coming from the conference as well, but pounds on call number, call number, location, type of location, drop it, push it over to the locations tab, and populates that. So it's a quick way to get wherever you want to go. We still have the classic F9 search, put in those nice search criteria, that's still available. But this makes it really easy for them, for the counselor to put in whatever the member says up front. The other thing, when I was talking about this, you notice it's broken up into tabs, member, triage, service, and locations. We initially did the screen layout for this. We had one big screen, like D2000 is now. Big scrolling screen, it was every tab, the whole thing would scroll. And it just wasn't right. It didn't look right. There'll be a bunch of hotkeys and shortcuts to pop back and forth, so it'll be very easy for the counselor to do that. And one last thing.
It's fine.
If you use web application before, I hope you guys have, it'd be very sad if you haven't. If you post that application, when you submit something, it goes back to the server. You say log in, or you say save, you see it go back to the web server, Google, whatever, it comes back with a response and paints the screen. This isn't like that. It's one page. All automatic accounting on one single page. So nothing gets sent back and forth to the server again for performance reasons and to isolate the user from sort of network slowdowns or anything like that. It all happens while he's doing various searches and showing phone number search.
Right. So again, to demonstrate what Bill was saying, is as we search, the whole page doesn't refresh, just this section, we go get the information we need. So this is the member information view. It's going to have all the basic information that a call receiver would need. The member's name, their address, membership number, information about the membership, phone numbers, very, very simple to add an additional phone number, their language preference and email address if we have it, and then information about their history, their calls that are allowed, how many calls they've used, are there any associates on that membership? Very easily select to a different associate. Any membership notes that have been assigned to that member are available. So this tab, basically everything about the member. Now, the design of D3 has the 4 tabs across the top, but we also have an action bar off to the right. This is going to stay consistent as I move throughout the application. At any point, a call receiver can save the call. They could start out with location, they could start out triaging and entering a car, or they could enter member information. You don't have to start with member information. As you go between the tabs that have information will move from no information to showing that it's filled out. So if you're on a call and you don't know if you've entered the car or not, you'll be able to see that the triage script would be 0 and you haven't entered the vehicle yet. So things that they can do at any time are on the right-hand side. Along the bottom, we also have, that will stay consistent, and that would be where you want to enter information or look up additional information, such as entering comments. You can just type in a comment at any point. You can make that comment available to everyone or just make it internal, and then there's toggles to pull up messages and other information that's not working right now.
So here's the feature we got in the requirements is comments, don't want all comments going to everybody. This driver stinks. And the driver's like, what? So more comments will come later to the privacy. There was the dispatcher, the garage, the driver, the comment, and communicate that important.
I just did that, I don't know if you remember looking at like,
Yeah.
so that it'll stay there.
Oh, on the comments, that's actually set in the browser.
Right.
The browser, the browser say, you remember what you typed in all these fields?
So,
And remember all of it. But it'll also have the
oh,
comment.
actually, these are, I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
No, you're right. You're right. That's the, there's
These
a
are-
thing called auto
Any questions? I want, make this as interactive as possible before I move on off the member page. Okay, the triage page, we initially, our design was to have a vehicle page and a separate triage page, or tab, that you could switch between. But as we were designing it, and we talked to some call receivers, and we're thinking about what the best flow is, we really found that it worked the best to merge the two into one tab. And we'll consistently do that, so when you actually get D3, some of these screens may change because we're still optimizing the workflow. So on the vehicle screen, you're going to get, on the left-hand side here, if any vehicle that members ever called in on will come up, so you can very quickly select a vehicle. If they are in the 97 Ford Mustang, you can click on that and you're done with the vehicle. Or going back to that Omni search that we talked about earlier, you can just type in a vehicle. So if you have a 1997 Ford, and they aren't even sure what it is, maybe it's a Taurus, they can come in here, Ford Aerostar. So you can just type, or you can come in and type a, no idea what that is, but you can just, again, just type the information, it'll go out and find the best match. So you can pull up a Ford Contour. If you would prefer, and you want to go back to a very standard entry, you have the ability to go into a manual entry mode and just enter everything. You can, select a car from the list or use the search entry. Try to make it as easy as possible, give you as much flexibility as possible.
It's becoming more and more important to have the exact vehicle. You guys know all the technology stuff, the NVR and all that. So we're going to the ACES database and quick search. True validate. That brings us back things. Now, you use that, you don't have to ask the member, what's that engine size again? So now we actually have that. Engine size, the style, the car type, the number of doors, that sort of thing that we need for the comparative database and so forth.
Go ahead.
So will I put in a Honda Camry?
Yes. Manual, not
Let's
there.
do that.
Manual, not search. You can put it there, it's not going to find it, right? You can-
What would happen
Yeah.
if you did it here? I tested it. It's going to come up with all the Hondas. It doesn't find a Camry, so it gives you a list of all the Hondas.
I understand that the members always right when we get set to have a Honda Camry.
Yeah. Yes, sir, we right there.
We'll make a script for that.
The manual
Just
entry.
call a Honda though?
Yeah, well,
Instead of giving them the option to call a Honda Camry, then the guy on site can change it.
Yeah, under manual entry, if you click on that, you basically put in whatever you know about the vehicle. So you can put in type of vehicle on we can relax the X if you want. I think, I'm not sure if it's relaxed now, but potentially you just pick whatever you want. This fills it for you automatically. I believe you can still type over and put something invalid if you want to.
Okay.
Or leave it blank.
so you can get a Honda, but
It's a movie with it, you know.
So we don't, this prevents the typos, right, in the vehicle type?
So you
That's-
This will prevent the typos.
yes.
yeah, that's the intent. You can override, so you could make that, Honda Camry, but if they're using the search and the quick list, it'll come up and it'll put everything correct, so you're not gonna have the typos unless they go to the manual entry. It currently defaults, to the quick search.
In the Omni search, will it find Camry up? Will it go search whatever, just type in Camry?
Yeah, you just type, do a search and type the camera.
It doesn't do it today. I'm not sure if that's one of the requirements. Certainly that is something we would want it to do, is type Camry, and it would just not populate the year. And then we'd have to enter the time. Okay, so,
What's the score? We talked about the previous calls, what's the score?
yeah. Sure.